Fighting.
Spaceship.
Snake fight going in at the same time for Hayes, but Hayes, that goes a little bit off time. X at weight up exactly for the moment. So in comes Cryo. Cryo gonna be able to get one, but they still haven't cleared out Hayes in the back line. But this is just perfect.
Oh, Urkus, what more can you get? So much
More. And they need the spike actually down. Lots of pings going in. Aaron's still able to get another kill, but that's it. That's the Viper's pit down, and the Hunter's Fury. BCJ just does not miss with that ultimate.
Nice angle. Everybody's weak on the side of E-Daters and completely suppressed by Sky's positioning. 3K, the jet onto top.
Teammate Shen Momiji coming out huge there, and Borum.
Dash in, ultra
Ladies and gentlemen, Valorant fans, hi, hey, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back. It's day 2 of our North Brunswick LAN here for the Nerd Street Champs. My name is Henry Metro. I'm joined by Fi, and Fi, we're getting right on into it. We got a couple of semifinals and a grand finals to take care of today.
Yeah, we got plenty to go. We've already seen plenty as well from the team. So, I mean, we can go ahead and check out the bracket of what we missed yesterday as the playoffs have begun down the stretch. We're gonna get things rolling because our teams are ready and raring to go. So, just yesterday, we had Pasta Bazool fall to Aspire Entertainment, and now they're playing the top-seeded out of Group A. It's the Magic School Bus and Aspire Entertainment. These two teams, honestly, I'm super excited for this one more than anything because I think we've seen some definite improvement from Aspire just of late.
Yeah, Aspire, they definitely showed up yesterday. A little sleepy, but then turned it on. Obviously, they had a 3-map series towards the end of the day for qualification, and then a 2-0 over Pasta Bazool. So it just means that they're back to their winning ways, but they're playing a strong team in Magic School Bus. And on the bottom side, we've got Good Luck taking on the Clash Royale gang of Ha. Now, we don't have a pricing graphic for you, unfortunately, but what we can tell you is that the prize pool is $3,500. It's $2,000 for first place, $1,000 for second, and $500 for third. And although we're here in North Brunswick for this event, we can actually take a peek at what is coming up next, or where our next stop would be. You saw it on that intro video where we've got everything popping up here. So up top, we are now live in New Jersey, North Brunswick. Next stop is actually going to be Georgetown here in the middle of June, and then come the end of June, we head back out to California into Bakersfield, and then the very last one in July before the main event in August, we'll be headed out to Denver. So mark your calendars, make sure you guys are signing up for those and get involved. I think one of the most important things is a lot of the prize pool for some of these is not only cash, but points for qualification. Yep. Some of these events are going to be 10K events with shoe-in spots. And if it's not a 10K event with a shoe-in spot, it's usually a scaling prize pool. So the more teams that show up, the more that you are going to have, I guess, a chance to take the lion's share of. Now that we've covered all the general stuff, Fi, like you said, the teams are getting ready to go. Let's talk about our two teams, right? We've got Aspire, which coming into this one was really the only team on paper that we knew and had any general idea. They won that Brentwood LAN, so they're coming back at it. Then yesterday, towards the end of the day, we take a look at this Magic School Bus squad. And they might be taking the favorite spot.
Yeah, they got some of the most cracked players here at the event. Con Artist, Bunny Hawk, Churms, Glyph, Redux. Churms, in my eyes, one of the best. I'm not going to say pug IGLs, but he's IGL'd so many different teams across Cosmic Divide, so many different players, that I think he's just the perfect fit for events like these, and grouped up with such a group of talented individuals. Glyph, Redux, and Con Artist are names that jump out to me throughout the entirety of the Tier 2 scene, especially Redux as of late has been on fire in terms of his form. This is good. This is such a deadly team, but we've seen Aspire so far. They've begun to wake up a little bit, especially their 2-0 over Pasta Bazool yesterday. That wasn't just a 2-0. That was a 13-2 and a 13-5. That was domination from Aspire.
Yeah, we definitely saw them show some signs of life after a slower start. I also think this Magic School Bus squad, I'm pretty sure it's co-ed. Bunny Hawk comes from the Game Changer scene, playing for that 1994 Toyota Super Squad.
Yeah.
And then a couple of teams after that. So really cool that everybody's getting involved. And it's also nice to see when these LANs do land in a spot where people from the scene can get involved, they do get involved. So super awesome to see these two teams facing off here. And a reminder, this is the semifinals. We didn't catch the quarterfinals that played on earlier in the day. That's what landed us here. Our schedule for the day is this semifinals, followed by the next one, which is Good Luck and Ha. Then we'll be jumping into the grand finals. Now we have our two teams. Let's take a look at our 3 maps, if we could, to just get things moving on forward. And Vi, it's just another day of
Ascent and
another
Bind.
day of Ascent and Bind. Babe, wake up. We get to play Ascent and Bind
And
again.
Haven. Woo! I hope you guys like your map. I hope you guys love your pug maps. Because sure, I do. I mean, it's more of the simplistic ones. I do like to see the pickup of Bind from Aspire. It still shows some confidence in their map pool. Because all things considered, they kind of got dominated on a Bind, which is a map that I thought, you know, they came into yesterday with a big game plan on it. They had Demon on the Neon. But it's good to see that at least the confidence is certainly back for Aspire. But the thing is, they don't have all day to get back on their feet. They need to get things started right now. It's 1 BO3. It's move on to the grand finals or you're eliminated.
Yep, move on to the grand finals or you are eliminated. It does sound like while we're playing the grand finals, there will be a third and fourth place matchup with third place taking $500. The pricing that we've been given was for first, second, and third. So I'm assuming there will be a matchup played after this that they can look to take home a bit of the cash, but obviously that lion's share is exactly what you want, right? That $2,000 for first place. That feels pretty darn good. You're getting your money back and then some as just like that. Boom. Bye. I mean, that was record time. That was record time in the pre-show.
That was the 3-minute drill, man.
Exactly. We just get in and get out. Now all we're doing is waiting for these teams to get started here. We saw that our first maps, Ascent and Bind, we saw it a lot yesterday. Ascent was a weird map because I feel like it was ladder moves and Smiley for Aspire that really started waking up this team. Smiley was playing the Omen, who is comfortable on the Astra. Man, the comps that Aspire run are super weird, but you absolutely love to see it, that they're out here theory crafting and they're doing it in these officials to see what works and what doesn't. And yeah, I thought it was Smiley and ladder moves who really kind of picked up the pace. Smiley, a lot of the time, retaking these sites, finding 2Ks, 3Ks, 4Ks, whatever it was. And that seemed to kind of spark life into this Aspire team that we had high hopes for. But as the games kind of played out, our hopes were slowly starting to dwindle. But it sounds like we're getting ready for this Agent Select. We'll see if anything changes. Because is not on the Aspire roster right now. It is Tazzy. I don't know if Tazzy is just a fill-in or if this is an actual change moving forward. But either way, as the event has gone on, Tazzy's definitely felt a bit more comfortable on this team.
Yep, I think Tazzy is starting to come into his own, and we're getting already just absolutely agent swaps outright to start this one off. KO being locked in for Smiley, normally on the Omen yesterday, and agent swaps coming in for Tazzy. For the side of the Magic School Bus, this is much more stock standard. You know, I've seen this comp 100 times. But thing is for Aspire, things are shifting, changing. I'm not sure what's necessarily going on through their camp.
Yeah, so it was map 3, Haven is what we got yesterday with Aspire.
Right.
And I think Tazzy played the Omen there, and I wonder if that right now it's just a comfortability thing. Tazzy saying, hey, I feel a bit more comfortable doing this versus kind of filling this flex role. I think Tazzy's been playing the Raze. Tazzy's been playing the Sage in that flex role spot. And Omen, it's, I guess I would argue, I mean, we saw it when 100 Thieves were bringing in Ethan, right? It was kind of, hey, we're just going to put you on Omen, or I guess Sage duty, which is basically what Tazzy was doing, Sage duty. But it's one of the easier agents to be able to just slot into, understand how to play, and we might not get like the coolest flex and just stuff out of Tazzy, but at the very least, he knows where to put those smokes down. He knows where to hit that paranoia. So it might just help in overall comfortability filling in as or playing as a fifth for this squad right now.
Yeah, I think also a big time thing is the KO allows for so many more options both on defense and attack. It adds such power to your executes, having an extra set of flashes compared to the Sage, which is much more, I think, static, and you're trying to be very slow, methodical defaults. It takes a lot of, you know, a lot of things to go right for a KO-less composition, or at least no double initiator at this level of play. So having the KO over the Sage just gives you a much bigger playbook that's available, and I think it's something that they struggled on specifically on the defense, was being able to at least take some map control back, but they were able to get it across against the Guppies on the Sage. Maybe the KO isn't just simply something better. Let's see as they fight out towards middle. 2-player crossfire being held. Con Artist on the initial, and the teleport away from ladder moves. He can still fight though.
And ladder moves can still fight. Unfortunately, can't say the same for Demon as Redux quickly makes his way up into the market, and there is no stopping this Magic School Bus squad. You see the 22 HP onto Smiling. That obviously doesn't feel great. It'll only take a stray bullet from the classic. Bunny Hunt, a decent position.
Okay.
Yep, just not revealed at all. Looks left, looks right, finds a couple of kills, make it 3, make it flawless to get us started in the semifinals for the Magic School Bus.
All right, Bunny Hunt is kicking things off with a bang, getting very up close and personal into market, and then just swings in, takes all the kills. Good mid split coming through for the Magic School Bus. They get 1 kill, and they're just going to go ahead and speed on into market. Very simple, group and go, type pistol around and run them down. Magic School Bus start things off nicely. Of course, this is their map pick. I mean, I ought to think that Cherms is very comfortable IGLing a good ascent. He does it a great deal with the side of Cosmic Divide. Of course, we don't actually know if Cherms is like going crazy on the IGL sticks, but I'd only assume, as he is more or less the captain. I think he's a pretty authoritative figure as a whole, for the side of Cosmic Divide. He's been on the grind slowly but surely. And I think he has a lot of respect for his opponents, too. So, no, I think we're definitely going to get a good one out of this. But Tazzy, in the meantime, Shorty, trying to make things work. Not going to happen. You know, we get to enjoy the proceedings here of this wonderful anti-eco. But hold on. 2v3. This just got weird.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, shots through the wall. Unfortunately, a Phantom proves to be just a bit too much. His ladder moves. The last one standing from flawless to almost getting thriftied. The Magic School Bus secure another round for themselves. Bunny Hub bringing in the rifle to really secure that one for the team. I hate to do this. Do you know what the Magic School Bus is?
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, I watched it as a kid.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was...
You're going to break it out and say, I'll tell you that I'm 18 again, and then I just don't get a reference. Yes, I know what the Magic School Bus is. With the frizz? No way.
Okay. I didn't want to be tossing out, like, all these references, and you're like, what is this guy talking about? Because he doesn't know. Because, like, if you didn't know, you know. Because I watched that as a kid, and I'm 10 years older than you, man.
No, I did. I watched it as a kid, too. You know, I used to get VHSs from the library and actually watch those. Yeah, I know what a VHS is, believe it or not.
Wait, are you Amish?
No. No, they just had it at the library. We had like a DVR, all right? Hey, don't bully me. This is when I was like 6 or something like that, and then I moved and modernized.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering when the modernization happened as Redux is making this look like an anti-eco. He's just walking his way on up, finding a couple of kills for himself. Bunny Haw has got the lockdown here in round 3. And this is one of my favorite things when you kind of watch how the pistol round plays out. Okay, hold up. Demon living up to his name here. Needs to find another. It's just damage. Unfortunately, needed that kill to be able to even the odds, and he'll finally get it. But Glyph there to trade it back. And the Magic School Bus in the driver's seat. Once more, and Cherms from the back of the bus will take down Ares, who was trying to find a spot to sit. And unfortunately, you just can't sit here.
Yep, bonus going well. It turns into a little bit of a group and go towards the A side, but the good lurk coming in from the side of the Magic School Bus, and that'll lock it in just fine. It gets a little bit interesting, of course, with Demon swinging out, but I mean, the good trades. Magic School Bus understanding how to play against each other, but you know what? I have a feeling I need to defend my position here. It wasn't a VHS, but it was like a DVR. Do people know what that is? Is that right?
That's like recording.
Hold on. I'm trying to. It had a DVD player and a VHS player in it, so.
Okay. So
it wasn't cool. Medieval, but you know, it was like 1800s. So.
Right. It wasn't medieval. We're a little past the Renaissance era when the DVD player was also added to the VHS. As it's medieval times again. Here we go back out towards the A site. If it's not broken, don't. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think is what it is. If it ain't fixed, don't break it. Whatever. However that saying goes. Aspire do this thing where they get the round so close. They get an advantage some way, somehow, but they have such a hard time closing it out. And it's usually in these eco rounds.
Yeah.
And it seems to be going that same exact way. Flashes out. Smiley, unfortunately, finds nothing. And Glyph just looking to collect everything. Oh, it's the turret instead. The 6th man on the team in the 4th round for the Magic School Bus.
1-0 KD for Timmy the turret. Keep your tallies up, folks. 4-0 rocking for the Magic School Bus, too, is just fantastic to kick things off. Getting past your bonus, being able to deal with the eco. But you're right about the whole thing about Aspire making these rounds so close. It's a theme that we can take across from yesterday, too, is that they had so many close rounds, they were unable to close it out. They didn't really have the clutch factor that a lot of teams had just yesterday. It only took them a couple matches to really wake up into the swing of things. And believe it or not, this team was on the brink of being eliminated. But yesterday against Pasta Fazul, they absolutely brought the heat, only dropping 7 rounds. So I'm sure they got something up and running. Glyph taking them from the shadows. Does see a player into stairs. They're trying to split on a B. Ladder Moves is in a tough spot.
Is he, though? He's able to step up, grab that kill. Smiley secures one onto Bunny Hunt. Unfortunately, Redux is just already on the side. I mean, he's making his way around, finding everything he needs. His con artist just goes fishing through the smoke, and he finds Ares. And now the Magic School Bus, swing numbers back in favor. Ladder Moves now has a rifle in hand. He's looking to fight forward with Demon. They go 1-for-1, but Redux untouched, completely unscathed on the round. 3 kills, a 5th round. And, I mean, you said it before we got started, right? Aspire, you do not have the time nor the rounds to waste to get things moving on. Yep. And they're stuck in the mud a little bit, Fi.
Yeah, and the biggest thing here is, well, is the side of Magic School Bus is starting off incredibly hot. You have Redux is by far and away the best individual player in the server. In terms of mechanics, this guy's going to win every 1v1 you got. And he will capitalize. If you miss one bullet, he will hit his headshot. There is no denying that for Redux. And now the knives up and running. He's just ready to go.
Ooh, okay, but he gets suppressed. That's going to slow things down in way of the knives for a second. He'll have to be a bit more precise with the Vandal. But speaking of precision, it's Ladder Moves instead as Bunny Hop pushes her way through the nano swarms, flashes out Churms, able to even the odds. Another flash out, went over the top, but they're ready for it. A nice shock dart cuts it down to just Churms. In the 1v1 with 36 HP, the paranoia doesn't land, and the bullets do. It's Churms for 6.
6-0 right now for the Magic School Bus. The rounds get close, but when you're getting up to 6 in a row right now, you don't really care how much damage you're taking. Admittedly, actually, the economy is still running a tad low for the Magic School Bus, but they'll be able to get in a bye even if they lose. I mean, that doesn't matter. Right now, the econ isn't really a thought in the back of the head right now for the Magic School Bus. Just winning rounds are. And even despite the huge heroics from Ladder Moves, the individuals from the Magic School Bus can still pull up big-time multi-frags, and if you can't handle that, not sure how much longer Aspire are going to be around here on Ascent. A little bit of a wizard battle between two Hunter's Furies, but nothing connecting. Only except onto Con Artist. All in all, though, it is still the 4v5 up and running for the Magic School Bus. The defense spread so thin. Right now, Aspire basically conceding the B site. They have to play ultra passive here, Tanner. And that's a huge issue because the Magic School Bus can basically do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's just all the space taken really around that. The only mitigation is just that jump peak from Ares. That's the only information you're going to get that might slow down somebody from taking space. And what we'll see, this is the same lockdown that we saw from Bunny, but there are a lot of safe angles. And, well, one of them is underneath Heaven. It's Tazzy goes 1-for-1. So gets his one before he gets kicked out. And, yeah, it's the rat strategy's in full effect today. And Ladder Moves is ready for a flank. Just not ready for the right flank. I would imagine we see
look at
maybe
this.
A nice kill. Look at this up in Heaven. It's getting so weird. It's Glyph for the first, Glyph for the second. Now Smiley needs to pick up a handful on the round, but Redux won't allow it.
Yep, and that's just what happens when you're in a 4v5, is you have so many gaps in the defense that if the site hold even went right, you're still going to have a massive gap in your defense to allow for a huge flank to come through. And that is Glyph on the 2-piece just to lock in the round. Well, a round that could have easily just been locked down if they played all 4 on site. You know, you can call it overkill. I say it's a good play there from Glyph. 7-0 right now for the Magic School Bus, and a timeout has to roll out for Aspire. They need, at least, I'm not sure what necessarily is to sort it out. It's just simply said the opening duels are just simply not going their way. It's a lot of group and goes, all things considered, from the Magic School Bus. It's not that like, oh, they're tactically deficient. I think in smaller micro situations, Aspire need to be more cohesive. Get together with the trades, at least maybe shut down some of these splits earlier on. I think they need to focus on and getting the proper amount of manpower to a site. Instead, though, the pacing from the Magic School Bus has simply caught Aspire off guard a vast majority of the time. So many mid-splits coming in through Market and the B site, and that just simply it feels like those have never had any resistance, really. They've just pushed on through. They've traded each other out. They've gotten themselves into 3v3s. There's been a couple 1v1s. So the Magic School Bus, their pace is fast, and the goals here for Aspire is to try and slow that down. Maybe burn some more utility earlier on in the round, but we'll see if there's even an adjustment from the Magic School Bus, as they're looking to contest A main very, very early on. Darts out. In fact, not just contest. I think they're looking to go to the house here, Tanner.
Yeah, they're looking to take it all the way to the house, and with that Aspire, they want to give up the site. They've got the lesser weaponry, but strength in numbers. As ladder moves in Bunny, they get a little friendly out towards mid, and it's actually ladder moves to get the better of that trade. Nice flash up top, allows for Redux to plant his feet. He leaps on up, doing box jumps and finding headshots as well. Speaking of, Smiley, a couple of headshots of his own, but only 21 HP. His teammates not doing much better as the flash goes out. Glyph unaffected, and ladder moves has been spotted. He'll teleport away, has a rifle in hand, and the age-old question, do you send it? Do you save it? He's got the creds to buy in the next round, but he also has the rifle to save into the next round. And Fi, you talked about the mid control. Now, we didn't necessarily get it in this round, but look at the tools that are available to Aspire. And the chamber is nerfed. We didn't talk about that at all yesterday.
Yeah,
this is the newest chamber with only one alarm bot, right? With only one trademark, rather, I should say. So you put that out towards mid. If you're not putting that mid, then you have to put a body there for information. And when you put a body there, that means you got to fight. And, well, the Magic School Bus has been winning those fights.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if you hand this team fights, they're going to win it. You saw what Redux just did, jumping up into heaven and finding a two-piece. I think that's a pretty big statement to how this team wants to play. They want to get in your face. They want the gunfights. And right now, they might just get it with Ares droning forward and ladder moves on an operator. They're just going to keep pushing all the way forward. Also, the suppression coming through could provide some problems, but they're just going to circumvent the issue with perfect play. Redux, a 1-for-1, but it's Ares to follow it up. 2v3, though, still stands. The Magic School Bus still fighting with the players on their squad. This is certainly a realistic possibility.
A nice paranoia, though, Churms. Not going to get challenged just yet. Out on the swing, it's Tazzy to pick up the first kill that he sees. Can't find the second, unfortunately. And Con Artist, he thought he had the time. Tried to close the door, and, well, he was healthy until the operator hit him in the body. Aspire finally on the board. 8-4 is the best that they could hope. I don't know if the economy allows it. It's getting a little weird, and Demon's got to judge.
Yeah, there's not many places you can take that judge on the map of Ascent. But B main seems to be the best port of call. I mean, it's the best way to maybe cheese out a kill, get out of dodge. I think that's been the biggest thing, at least for Aspires. They've been struggling on the opening duels. That round was actually pretty nice. They're going to keep shifting ladder moves around. This time he's going to get paranoid and flashed away. But the pace, my God.
No charges left.
It's just quick. They just don't stop. It truly is a Magic School Bus. Mock speeds here onto the A site, which has worked time and time again. We'll see if they get it once more. It's that same flash, the same hop up, but this time Redux punished now. Demon on the dash. Just can't get away. Wanted to find a kill and sneak away to safety. But unable to do so as Churms out on the drone, gets information, I believe, onto 2. The flash this time, Smiley's able to convert off the back end. Ares comes through with the Odin once more, and Funny Han Carnartis just no match for the 4 that were remaining, now turned 3, but Aspire will find their second.
Yeah, I think the Magic School Bus are having a little too much fun. At least Redux certainly is. He's jumped up to heaven at least 3 rounds straight on this A site. And then, I mean, it takes a little bit, but, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And you're not fooling me thrice. I hate to break it to you. He tries the same play 3 times in a row. Eventually, he gets picked off, and then the retake becomes a lot more easier for the side of Aspire. All things said, though, still a good retake from the guys over Aspire. I like the way they're using ladder moves to put emphasis on other parts of the map. And this time around, again, he's going to be brought out to a different part. This time, he's in middle. Are they going to seriously just go straight A again? They have the From the Shadows ready to go. Seems like Glyph just wants to use it right off the rip.
I thought there was a world where because the spike was on the opposite side of the map, they pick up that orb. They look to hit quick out towards A. Glyph ults onto the spike and takes it back to B. But instead, they just link up and fast out towards B is the play. This is that same iteration, though, right? If you don't put that trademark out towards mid, you have to put a body there. Ladder moves. Does have the scoped rifle ready to take that fight. He's actually rendezvoused back out towards safety. And now a few players just waiting in spawn for the right time to rotate for Aspire.
Playing B retake here for the side of Spire, though. So, sure, all right, well, no commands are actually going to get traded out. And Smiley's going to stand and fight. This is super, super risky. But now join with teammates on the site, it might make it a tad easier.
Yeah, I mean, and they're getting the kills, right? Smiley was on the site. They knew he was there. He picks up one. Now Redux has to battle back. Needs a handful of kills on the round. There's a second. Needs to try and sneak away, but the shots through the wall, you know they're coming. With the Odin ring and a rifle in hand for ladder moves, everybody backs away. 20 rounds left. Chalk Dart won't land. Spike in hand, a tap on it. 10 seconds left now on the clock as Ares is going to try his hand at it. Ladder moves is there to back him up. And Aspire will grab their third.
All right. Nothing going horribly wrong here. We just have Aspire back on their feet.
A gift.
Could have gotten a little bit weird. I thought there was a moment where the Magic School Bus wanted to push back through Market and actually get out of the B site. There was a world where that was going to happen, but instead it had to be Redux thrown to a clutch. And such low HP doesn't give him much opportunities. I mean, good on Aspire to rack up these last three. I mean, an 8-4. It isn't a pretty scoreline, but it's a workable one. Now looking, we just have five people at the wall right now. They're just going A.
Yep, just do it again. A dash on in. Redux
is he gonna go heaven again?
Site. He absolutely needs to wait for Con Artist to throw that flash. Oh, look at this. Redux, the proficiency on the Jetty, knows what Demon is looking to do. And it's Demon to get punished this time around. The flash is queued up. Redux is on that headshot box. He wants to jump up into heaven. It Sherms the true shot barrage. Unfortunately, Magic Archer can't find anything this time around. The tour de force, however, also goes without, so it's a flash over the top. Redux not going to try his hand at going up just yet. As Paranoia, it gets one. It doesn't get the jet, and that's arguably the most important. But it's Tazzy to take him down. The rifle will do it. Now the last one standing is Tazzy in a tough situation. The spike ticking. Bunny Haw sitting just on top of it. Bunny Haw will fall, but Sherms just has to play the clock, and instead he'll play the frags. 9-3-5, but Aspire, they showed us signs of life. Now they got to keep it going here in the pistol.
Yeah, I think for the side of Aspire, I mean, there's a little bit of room gained with those 3 rounds straight. But I think just being able to clean up the post plants a little bit more. I think actually the biggest part of that post plant was Redux jumping up to heaven. And, well, yes, he was looking for a kill. And, yes, he did that for the 4th time in an A post plant. But I think the biggest part is he actually saw that there was really no one in towards heaven. And that allowed everyone to mostly turn their crosshairs towards that garden side where the push was actually coming through. And that part of the post plant and the retake actually got shredded. So at least for the Magic School Bus, making little information plays. The aggression sometimes pays dividends, and well, right now Redux is looking to pay it with frags at the moment. Dashes away, but still, he's gonna have company, that's for sure.
Oof. Demon goes up, but Demon gets punished. They knew where Redux was, but they didn't know that the rest of the team was just around the corner as well. So eventually, the jet of Aspire does go down. And now it's the scramble.
Out to middle. Oh, but ladder moves, 2 body shots. Headhunter and a pistol round is just a little disgusting. It's not the headshots, it's just the body shot bandit. 3v4 right now sitting. They're gonna group up back to B. But Sherms, that recon dart does spot out Ares, but it doesn't see ladder moves. This could be an unexpected, rude surprise. They're gonna back away. I'm not sure what's making this call going on right now, but right now Aspire are just gonna make the long road back to A, Tanner. And the thing is for the Magic School Bus is they just don't have the personnel to really fight for these sites. It's only gonna be Glyph, and he's smoked out. Aspire might get onto the site clean unless Glyph has something to say. And he doesn't.
Glyph didn't quite find the timing from Tree. Instead of pushing through the smoke, he heads back out towards Catwalk. He will. Speaking of timing, no way. It all escapes him. The headshots are there. Tazzy a bit better on the lurk. And now the 4v3 becomes a 4v2 with Bunny and Churms to try their hand at retaking this site. Smiley gonna make sure that Churms doesn't get too solid of a try. And, well, the same fate dealt to Bunnies. A nice pistol round, a near flawless one for Aspire, and that's what they needed to get this ball rolling.
You know, no matter who you're cheering for, Tanner, that brings a tear to your eye. The timings, of course.
Yes,
yes. Hate to see it, but, you know, in a 3v4, it might have just been Aspires anyways. The good just ladder move just walks out mid, body shot, and another target, body shot. It just doesn't feel like you're playing Valorant in that, because it doesn't feel fair at times. Honestly, also, kind of yesterday I was experimenting. Chambers' 2-bullet accuracy from the Headhunter is near perfect, so he is kind of a body shot bandit machine. We'll give it to the Chamber. Walking out to A now. A mid push from the Magic School Bus with the classics is probably the only hope that they have for a round like this. A massive flank, but also a kill on a ladder moves. Things get weird here. Things can still very much get weird, Tanner.
Yeah, that massive flank found that first kill, and now all four, they're corralled here on the site. It's not too bad in way of where you want to be, especially with the weapons that you have, but Bunnyha finds another the flank coming on through, but Demon pushes a bit too far forward, and Glyph wasn't ready for it. Now Con Artist, who's got himself a Bulldog, also has 3 players to worry about. 3 targets for the KO. We'll see if kill mode is activated as he pushes out of the dark cover. It's kill mode for Demon instead. 3K for the Jets, a 5th for Aspire. A dangerous spot for a moment, but they reel it back in.
That was a joke. Kill mode is default, but not that round for Con Artist. 9 to 5 working for Aspire. You get a pistol, you get yourself back into the game. This is the round, though. This is the pretty big round. Right now, though, for the Magic School Bus, a lot of them are working with half armor. A lot of them went for Sheriff investments, and while it almost paid off, they didn't quite get the full round there. So I'm wondering what the utility is looking like for all the players. I think everything is there for Bunnyha. Gonna need it, especially as they're just going fast B. Pacey plays from both teams.
Yeah, you know, we saw that yesterday, and I think that turned into being a knife kill. This time it doesn't quite yield the same results. Demon getting taken down. Recon Bolto, it does reveal. There's a player directly on the side. Smiley looking to play spoiler here in this round, but the team is there to bail him out, and nobody else allowed on the B site as the Magic School Bus. Welcome back.
Yep. I think that's the biggest thing for Aspire in terms of their playstyle is that Demon needs to get entries. We've seen that not just the map of Ascent, but especially on Bind when he plays the Neon. This team relies on Demon getting that entry kill because he's so far ahead of the team. There's no universe where he's going to be able to get traded. He's just trying to catch players off guard, and Churms is already in towards the back of Boathouse. That's probably one of the easier kills he's had this tournament. So Demon, I mean, if he gets the kill in a Churms, round's completely different. But then Execute slows down, rotates there, and it's no issue. Or the Magic School Bus. So now full buys for both teams. Do like this lurk from a Smiley, though, right through the dark cover. Starting to work themselves up towards Pizza and middle. And for the Magic School Bus, they have this aggressive A main setup.
Oh, ladder move still able to do some damage. Redux going up top, made sure that Headhunter does not just spray him down. Look at that, the juggle of the weapons to make sure that they're not put in a compromised position to be retrieved from anybody on the side of Aspire. But a 1-for-1. So all things said and done, not too bad.
Still kind of floating, though. It's still only a 2-man setup here towards the A side. Now make it 1 as Redux is gone, and all the emphasis goes on to Glyph.
Yeah, Jet going atop the box. Demon on the side, fragment inside the smoke. He's going to force Glyph out, and he spots the legs. The smoke works against him and does it again. Glyph just fights through the dark cover, and Ares needs to try and pick up the pieces that have been spread across the A site. The most important piece is the spike, but unfortunately, there's Bodyguard, and that Bodyguard is Glyph.
Dude, what a hold from him. I love the decision to put down a dark cover right in front of him. It connects the two pieces of cover of Dice and Generator, and it allows him, you know, even to play inside of the smoke itself. Catches Demon, looking, just sticking his face into hell, trying to find someone there, but Glyph robs 2 kills there. The excellent play through the dark covers keeps the Magic School on top and keeps Aspire guessing. As now, while you're down to an eco for Aspire, this map, Tanner, I'm not sure how long we're going to be on Ascent for.
Yeah, down to an eco. Knives online for Demon, but again, it's one of those situations where there's a lot of weight on this player's shoulders to get something done. Also having that tour de force. It might be the tour de force that actually gets anything out towards mid. Instead, oh no, the back is turned. Bunnyha easily able to collect one onto Smiley. The numbers dwindle by 1 as Redux gets spotted out and tagged by the Owl drone. Hunter Sherry now online. We'll see how Ares decides to pilot this one. Ooh, okay. Glyph can go down. Demon also find another. Open up the site himself. He wants some more. Redux can't quite get it, and he gives himself up too much. And it's the Spectre of Tazzy to sit down the jet and open up the A site.
I don't know what kind of round that was from Demon, but he's just knives out into Garden, and goodbye to the rest of the team. The thing is, what is Terms up to right now? Okay, he's gonna go down. That's what he's up to. 1v4 here for Bunny. In a bit of a difficult position is the way to phrase it, as Demon just put together what some would say a life round, as he'll put together the Thrifty for the side of Aspire. Somehow, some way, knives up Garden. And you know, he did his job. We talked about how the entries for Demon have to be online for Aspire in order for them to get wins. Just the nature of his playstyle. Very solo dolo, just running up into so many different areas for the side of Demon. Not really being able to be traded, but you know, when he gets the multi-kills on his own, the amount of space that he gains is massive. Demon on fire.
Redux, it gives away his position with that cloud burst, and you see the shots coming through the wall. Just not quite on target. Drone comes out, he'll be able to clear catwalk. Demon is actually gonna fall. Redux finds one as well. Ares gonna try and battle his way out of his position, but he's stuck here. And Sabrosa, no, he's not. Ladder moves, and Tazzy will help bail him out as Con Artist goes down. He tosses out the fragments, so the fadeaway finds nothing. Churms, however, does. With the drone of his own, he can start to go hunting for information, and I'm not too sure if that spotted ladder moves. Either way, he backs away from it.
He certainly heard ladder moves run, but Glyph, what a position to play at this point of the round. No one's going to even bother expending utility to clear this out, Tanner. Glyph has the keys to the castle here.
They have to clear this. They have to clear this. They're not going to clear this. They're not going to clear this, but it's a 1-for-1. It's ladder moves. Very healthy here on the A side to get that spike planted. The only problem is Churms is also healthy. And Churms has himself a weapon. Shock darts to play with as well. Recon bolt already expended. Shock that out. Towards Jen. Here comes the Sova. There goes the Sova. And Aspire do it once more.
All right, back in it again. Ladder moves takes a solid 1v1 victory. I'm a bit, disappointed, at least for Churms, because he did choose to make a lot of noise, tried to bring some pace to the clutch. I think there are a couple of places where that could have been played a tad bit better in the 2v2. When Glyph gets the opener, he immediately goes swinging for the second. Of course, I love getting the 2K to end the round, but if you make yourself hard to catch, it allows Churms to get himself into a better position for the clutch. He kind of gave himself up a little too early, but, it's no big deal. That was only the half buy from the Magic School, believe it or not. It went down to a 1v1. Nothing to be ashamed about. Now you got the gun round up and running. And now you got a B play coming your way. I'm not sure how prepared the Magic School Bus are here with only Glyph on the site, but honestly, Glyph has been the best anchor all game, so I'm not criticizing at all.
Oh, and it is
I have the spike.
quiet. The only player that's really needed to stay in place is Bunnyha with the Killjoy utility out towards the A side. It allows 3 players to play a little bit deeper into their spawn. And look at this from the shadows. They'll spot out Ares. That's just the Sova. Doesn't see anybody else. And the defense, they're stalwart. They're not giving up too much.
They're going to contact walk this A, or maybe not, now as they throw the knife. There's no one on site here for the Magic School Bus, but they do have a lockdown as the biggest part, so they're actually happy to play this one post plant. The thing is, though, for Aspires, they have a Hunter's Fury to knock out the lockdown. How about a Hunter's Fury for Churms, though, as it will pick off Smiley, but that Resurrection should get in just fine. We're still going to have a 5-on-5 here, Tanner.
Yeah, Rez comes in. Blades denied for just a second because of that no commence. You saw just the classic in hand for Redux, and that spike gets starting to tick. Here comes the lockdown bunny, putting that one in a different spot. No command on the opposite side. Here comes the Hunter's Fury to try and answer that one, but Ares is very far away from this one. He's going to need to get up and in to try and help his team. His ladder move's still alive, and he's still picking players off with the operator, but he's forced to back away with 14 HP. Ares is trying to get aggressive inside the smoke and stop the defuse, but unsuccessful in his endeavors as everybody dies on the side of Aspire. The Magic School Bus find themselves on map point here in Ascent.
There's so many funny little narratives and little events that went down in that little span of time. First of all, Ares playing far enough away to be able to counter the no command, to be able to counter the lockdown, because he knows that might be coming. It's cool, but the thing is, he has to play so far away that he can't actually help out with defending the post plant, and I'm not sure what the shock darts, if he had any lineups for that generator spike plant to maybe assist. It seems like he might have not, or have been suppressed. I know Redux on towards the catwalk, looking to put this game to rest, though, here, Tanner, as he's just going to put away 2. And, well, that's just such a gut punch to the side of Aspire.
3.
No, no. Okay. They finally reel it back in. Demon fights back for his 2, but Tazzy is a bit too out of reach. We'll grab the spike when I'll lean his way out towards the A site. Fortunately, the Killjoy's down, so the Nanoswarm turret won't mean too much. Fragment to force him onto the site. Drone to now get the information. And as he gets shot through the wall, you definitely can assume he's gonna get pushed, and that's exactly what Churms will do to close out our first map. The Magic School Bus. They look like they had fun with that one, Fi.
Yeah, I think they were, like, towards the end of it, it kind of got a little bit serious. They had to kind of get things together. It's like, oh, we had a little bit of a stressful retake coming through, but a lot of ultimates get burned left, right, and center. But all things considered, they kind of, Redux was enjoying the match, is what we will say. He was going, how about we overpeak, is as one famous streamer has once said. So, for Redux, he was having fun with it. He was going for the wide swings. He was playing Redux Valorant, and they got it across the line, 13-7. Pretty darn comfortable for the side of the Magic School Bus. But Tanner, coming up next for Bind, I mean, we have to hope that Aspire still have things cooked up for this match.
Yeah, Bind was a little wishy-washy. It was a little wishy-washy. We'll see, though. Again, we saw signs of life here on Ascent. Slowly starting to get back on into it. It seems like they've also found a spot to slot Tazzy in a bit more, so we'll see what changes are made when we head out that way. But before we do so, we want to remind you guys to take your candy game to the next level, and you can do that with a pack of Mike and Ike Original Fruits or Mike and Ike Mega Mix. The delicious, fruity, chewy flavors will help fuel your game and power you up to keep playing at your best. So please do power up with our friends over at Mike and Ike. And while you're doing that, we're going to step away. When we come back, we're headed to Bind. Welcome back, Valorant fans, to the Nerd Street North Brunswick LAN, where we've got a handful of teams playing for some extra points to try and qualify for that champs spot come August. Now, we're one map into our series we got here in our first semifinals of the day, and it's the Magic School Bus, one map ahead of Aspire, but Aspire didn't just roll over and didn't just give that map up. It seemed like there was a world where they could. That game started off incredibly one-sided in favor of the Magic School Bus, and although I think the half ended 9-3, there was a point where it was 8-0.
Yeah, I mean, it was 8-0, and I think they started at least finding some ground back. I think especially for the side of Demon, that really came the attack side, but on the defense, they racked up a couple rounds. Demon started finding entries, and that is the huge part of the win condition for the side of Aspire. But now coming into Bind, it's where Demon most likely is going to be on the Neon. He's going to get a lot more setup than kind of the Jet dashing in alone into the site. We're going to hope that he can take down some of these players. But let's be real, when we're talking about the Magic School Bus, there are teams stacked with individual talent. If you're going to hand them 1v1s, they're going to say, go ahead, my friend, test us.
Yeah, they'll gladly take those 1v1s. As we can take a peek at our maps here, Ascent behind us, Bind right ahead of us. But that is not the only map that we could be seeing, or the only two maps we could be seeing. We do have Haven towards the end of the series, should we get there, which is a pretty vanilla, pretty bland, style. If this is a salad with no dressing on it, it's just leaves and croutons, or whatever. Lettuce and croutons.
You eat leaves in your salad?
Leaves and croutons, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's a lettuce leaf, man.
Okay.
It's a lettuce leaf.
All right. I understand what you're going there. A bit of a stretch, though. But we're heading to Bind. There aren't many leaves here, all right? It's dry desert, but I think we're going to get some fast neon frags. I actually want to see what the side of Magic School Bus is going to be picking up, because we might be getting a Redux Redux Raise, rather, for his camp. So that's always going to be fun, fine, and dandy. That is for sure.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering if we see any changes, right? Because we just saw Tazzy feeling more comfortable on the Omen. So what does that mean, right, for this squad? Tazzy's been playing the Rays when we come out towards Bind with Demon on the Neon. So we'll see, I guess, as a whole, what they have in store for us on this. Maybe it isn't anything different, and Ascent is just something they wanted to work on. Maybe stepping away from the Sage. Maybe they're finding that they didn't have finding the most value with that Sage pick, and so they go elsewhere. So maybe we do still get the double duelist Raise Neon. I think something that we saw yesterday, and unfortunately for Aspire, the Magic School Bus were not on stream. Although they are all in person, maybe they could have caught some of those matches, spotted some things out, and obviously these players have the pedigree behind them to understand what they're looking to play. I think the narrative of the day yesterday was, if you want to counter Aspire, especially on any map where they're running Neon, you just play the Cypher.
Yeah, I mean, it was so funny. Yesterday, it was almost comical how many times Demon on the Neon ran into a Cypher trip and went down because he just got bopped through a smoke. I mean, that is a realistic counter. It countered him on both Bind and Haven, like, really hard. I'm pretty sure he went down to Cypher trips at least 5 times, just trying to entry in. And that's the risk that you play running the Neon, and that's the best way to shut down someone who is trying to just fast entry, run at you, and try and get the just initial 1-for-1 or just a straight clean kill. Is the Cypher has the best stopping power out of any Sentinel. Of course, trips can be broken within 1 bullet if you're slow enough. So, Cypher's a great agent to slow down the play. We'll see if the Magic School Bus try to break that out. In my opinion, just looking at the players on the Magic School Bus, I don't think the Cypher pick really fits their wheelhouse. Of course, we're gonna have to wait for Agent Select to really bring that to the table. But I'm expecting more of an aggressive footed composition where we're not gonna get necessarily a hard style Sentinel. But who knows? If Bunnyha has been playing the Killjoy so far, if she wants to break that out for Bind or some other hardcore Sentinel, take a Cypher, that be my guess. But I don't really see that happening. I think Demon might actually have more space on this map to take.
Yeah, so I want to, I guess, kind of hone in on Neon on Bind more specifically, right? And the Neon we've seen it on Split, we've seen it on Haven. Those are also maps, or I guess just the game in general has kind of gotten away from the Cypher, and now we see in a Cypher matchup the Neon has a hard time getting space. And Bind specifically, I feel the way it's not the size of the map, it's more so the way that the barriers are set up, right? Whereas that Cypher can get those trips really far forward to get these rounds started. Whereas, out towards A Haven, you're not running into a trip and you're not in any trouble right off the rip. You go towards A short on bind, there's a trip immediately at those short boxes, or could quite possibly be even further, and then somebody on the truck looking over. So I feel the Neon here, the safest route, which is one that we saw a handful of times, is out towards long, because you're not expecting a trip out that way and you're just going to take that fight, or out towards shower. So I think the way that this map plays out, we need to see Demon continuing that kind of back and forth of the extremity control and just being that guy where I remember watching a Hiko stream the other day, and he broke it down Barney style, is how we'll say it. Just like, this is how you break it down for kids. It's Barney style. Listen, we put somebody in showers. If you can get showers control and you get a kill there, everybody else that's out towards B, we're going to teleport and we're going to go that way. If you don't get anything and we get something out towards B, then we're just going to play B in showers. You're going to be a late lurk. So that's kind of what they were looking to do yesterday. But then it would kind of get weird when you have that Neon sliding into U-Haul and then just getting ripped back because of that tripwire.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a difference, though, for Demon. Is they do run the breach on this map, too, for the side of Aspire. They try putting a lot of emphasis onto setting up Demon. You have breach fault line from across the map, and, well, they also run the Astra on this map, so you have a gravity well potential to try and set up, to try and make the duels just a bit easier for Demon, to give him an opportunity at entry onto, say, a concussed player. And that's why I think I'd like the Neon hypothetically on this map, because when you're trying to take at least the extremities control, you have a lot of close angles where the relay bolt finds a lot of value, and as well as all the breach utility, Astra utility. But when it comes to the open spaces and the site executes, you might be lacking a little bit. It could be difficult to hold on to a post plant because you don't really have incredible lineups to really play for this team. So there's who knows? I think it comes down to a lot of the fragging power for the side of Aspire, and, well, matching up just on paper to the thematic of a team like the Magic School Bus, where you have players like Redux, who are probably one of the top, I would say a top 15 mechanical player in North America. He wants the gunfights, is all we kind of got it from Last Descent. He just wants to take the fights, and that's going to be a really difficult task to overcome.
Okay, so and I'm bringing it back to the Neon. As we're just waiting on a couple of players to get back into their seats, back into the game, restroom break, snacks, whatever it may be. The fast lane changes, right? Yeah. No more damage on the fast lane. How do you feel about that?
I think it actually did a pretty significant amount of damage, in my opinion. If you were to run through it, you would probably take about a bullet's worth of damage, like 40 damage or so. So I think is it the worst thing in the world? Does it, like, drastically change Neon? I mean, it wasn't necessary, in my humble opinion. It wasn't necessary, but it's still, Neon is still an agent that still more or less plays the same as a result of the fast lane changes. But in my opinion, I mean, it was kind of necessary, but it does also just kind of ruins the aesthetic of the fast lane. You can disrespect it much more often as a defending side. And you know what? I mean, I'm going to say it again. This team of the Magic School Bus, they don't care. A smoke is not a wall, my friend. A smoke is not a wall. They are happily going to push through that. Yeah, they are disrespectful in the most respectful way, right? Disrespectful in-game, of course. They're disrespectful in-game, of course. Yeah, I think that's kind of the scariest thing, is that Demon is going to be kind of out ahead of the team, looking for fights, trying to get one up on somebody. And the Magic School Bus, obviously, they're just having a good time. They want to take those fights. It's unfortunate that we can't talk more about this Magic School Bus team and what they've kind of brought to the table, because we didn't get to see them. So we just kind of harp on Aspire, what they've done, and, you know, what we assume for them to do. Yeah. As maybe I think producers have everybody in the lobby. They're typing in the Discord. So hopefully we should be getting started here pretty soon. This is quite a long break. Do you think the Magic School Bus cooling off a little bit? I honestly, it depends. At least for a player like Redux, I think he's always on lock. But who knows, for other players, it could definitely go along the roller coaster. Redux has been probably one of the most consistent players in NA in terms of the aim. So let's see. Okay, we're actually getting a very different composition already. No breach for Smiley. We're not even getting a neon. We're not even getting a neon here. Aspire come up with something absolutely different to what we seen yesterday. No neon, no double duelist, no breach, no crazy setup, no Astra. We're just going back to more or less a pretty stock standard bind composition.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's comfortability. It's Tazzy again. Tazzy was the player that we weren't really expecting, or we had zero expectations of how they were going to play or what they were going to play. We saw it yesterday, and now it just seems that the most comfortable role is on the Omen versus what would be on, I think yesterday, like we said, the Raze on Bind or the Sage on Ascent and on Split. It's just, hey, this is to be helpful to the team. Let's just keep it simple, stupid, right? That's what I said. I think the saying is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And Omen is a pretty simple agent. You know what? I just made Omen mains around the world so mad. But Omen is fairly simple.
Yeah, I mean, look.
At its core.
At its core, I mean, I don't.
Flexing John,
I still don't know how to properly create Omen smoke one ways, but you know, beats me. Either way, I'll try and give him the light of day. Let's kick this pistol round off with the Spire starting on the attack. This is their map pick. They're bringing more standard setups here, but the Sage brought out for Bunny, huh? No hard Sentinel brought into play, but that Sage wall will keep you out of hookah for, well, I'll check my stopwatch, a couple minutes.
And it definitely slows things down, especially the way that wall is set up. It's, you have to knife piece by piece until that very last one. Even now seems to have an angle, but no real safe way to get on in. The other players on the squad of Aspire, 3 out towards long, so the teleporter play could still be in full effect. His ladder moves slowly creeps his way on out towards the A site to try and find something early, and it's just you two here at the start of the round. Ladder move takes a bit of damage. We'll now look to back away and link up with the squad. And the B site, well, it's about to be hit. The flash is out. Smiley's inside the smoke, but the skies will be traded. It's Ares. Make sure that that one goes 1 for 1 as Demon makes his way through hookah. He hops onto the site. The sand was heard, and the shots, they were landed. It was Bunny Huh to pick up the kill there as that smoke subsides. The Sage in a tough spot, gonna hop up, and the timing just escapes her as Redux tries to battle his way back forward into this fight. It's a direct 1v2, and Redux just doesn't care. Churms was nowhere to be found. And now Ares is nowhere to be found as he's teleported out towards the A site.
He's not going to get here in time. They're here.
No, he's got this, baby. He sticks this plant. He taps on it, sprays one down. Now he does have time, and Redux, well, he wanted this 1v1. And now he's got it. It's a frenzy on the opposite side. Recon bolt down. That's going to be shot. Position revealed. Shock dart to follow. Redux hasn't given up the high ground just yet, and now he will. But the shots are just too darn good from the youngster. And it's the Magic School Bus to grab the pistol.
Dude, Redux is just a fiend. He's like a bullfrog, man. He looks so much bigger than he actually is in the server. When he just shows up on the B site and brazenly takes a straight 1v2 on his own. Normally you're seeing players play it smart. Let's play this one smart. Let's wait for my teammate. We group up and then we trade each other out. He's just wide swinging the site and gets 2 single-handedly. In fact, without taking a point of damage, that is, he got 2. From that range, on a classic, lots of things going against Redux there, and then pulls out the 1v1 to close it out. Redux is his own character in his own story. You cannot touch this man. 1-0 right now for TMS, and Aspire, well, he goes, but Headhunter for ladder moves. But not happening today. Demons! How's he gotten here?
Yeah, all the way up and over into the spawn. And now Redux in a really tough spot. He's going to be playing inside of the dark covers, and Smiley will finally sniff him out. And just like that, Aspire, they do it again. In thrifty fashion, they've got themselves the lead. Now they need to hang on to it. Unfortunately, for the Magic School Bus, some weapons were retrieved. Smiley low, con artist position noted. Bunny Hut dropped down from heaven. Now they look to fight forward towards this U-Haul short position. All of the angles to be cleared. Unbeknownst, they don't know that the players are, well, stacked up on this side of the map. And just like that, Aspire, welcome to Bind.
Well, that's the way to get things across the line there for Aspire. It didn't say Thrifty, but I'm convinced it was a Thrifty. Everyone picking up Spectres off the back of it, too. And Aspire, all right. Clap back immediately. Still, there's just some things that I don't think are ever going to happen again. How is Demon in spawn with the shorty? I mean, double satchelating over a truck is the only way he could get there. But still, I'm not sure how he's never even spotted doing that. And, well, for the side of the Magic School Bus, they want to bring the heat themselves. And certainly they will. Classic up for Con Artist. The 1-for-1 is all I get, though. Thankfully, for my sanity, thankfully. But now this 4-on-4, you still have 2 players here. Churms on a Headhunter. Still definitely can be very deadly. If Aspire want to test it, of course. I don't think they really do. They don't feel like they want to commit. Redux is also in spawn with paint shells ready to go. So once contact is taken, it's going to hurt. But Aspire are still just droning out parts of the map, probing, making sure no one's pushed up. I have a feeling that a commitment is not really likely here from Smiley. He'll go through just to clear out some space. But it's really coming back to A here.
A spike in tow. We'll eventually make it out this way. Showstopper's available. I'm not too sure if Redux really looking to use this one here in this round unless he can get something off the rip. And, well, a similar story from the last round to this one. Smiley finds Redux inside the dark cover on site. And the problem in this round, I mean, this round was just always going to end in loss. Unless there was something crazy that happened for the Magic School Bus to where they were able to win that round, the damage that they deal, and none of it mattered. Because, I mean, look at the economy. From full save, thrifty victory, to weapons received, and Spectres in hand, and only a couple of players having to reinvest, now into another round win. Even if everybody would have died and Aspire still won that round through the spike exploding or something of the sort, they would be able to buy into this round and into the next. So just a tough position for the Magic School Bus, losing that thrifty round, the economic implications to it. Fortunately, we're even economy for now in this round as to what's been bought. But after this round for the Magic School Bus, it's looking like another reset. If they lose, of course.
Of course. And for Aspire, they're rolling in. Of course, the Demon, always just on his own, taking space. He's going to work up to Hookah. Spots the wall. The call here for Aspire is actually just to group back up to B, but there's an operator waiting for him at the bottom of long. Oh, it doesn't connect here, Tanner. And now things get weird. Demon looking to entry. 4 players coming Sherm's way. He has to teleport out, and now the entry begins.
Yeah, he teleports out, but the Hunter's Fury, oh man, dancing around it. Everybody will survive, but the tags were there. Bunny Hunt forced to use the healing orb on herself. But here comes the squad. It's Demon inside Hookah, now outside Hookah. Bunny Hunt was actually ready for it. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is falling down around Churms. Well, now the retake, the tools to do so aren't necessarily the best. It's rough to be able to use a showstopper from this position. The blast packs are readily available, but the space to use them or not. Beautiful flash on the outside of Smiley. Low HP, now no HP. Redux battles back for the first. 3 more. Now just around the corner is Ares. Gonna hop off the low ground. There goes the blast pack, and he can't sneak around the box in time. The crossfire's good. The round is better, and it goes the way of Aspire.
Lots of chances given there for the Magic School Bus, too. All things considered, they had the right read on the situation. That was a good push there from Churms. But it is just tough that wasn't able to be converted on. I think the Magic School Bus are having good ideas. Sometimes the execution is just faltering a tad bit. Also, I think, I mean, a huge tendency from Aspire, not even tendency, I guess if you can just call it play style at this rate, is Demon is just going everywhere on his own. He's just trying to do solo map control everywhere. And the rest of the team kind of, it's Demon and 4. Demon and friends is Aspire right now. And one of the friends in Aries will open up on the con artist. Roan comes up through, but there's going to be a showstopper coming Aries' way. He does not go down, though.
That was it, man. That was
Come
the moment
on.
you chose the showstopper.
He was droning. He thought he might have had a chance.
That's tough. I mean, I guess, when are you going to do it, right? You're 5 rounds in now. You've had it for a couple of rounds. Just send that bad boy. Hope to build it back up to have another in the future. And, okay, the headhunter lives up to its name. They weren't expecting to. The Sentinels, they're working hand in hand, in tandem, inside hookah. And they do it again. Churm's going to fall, but Bunny there for the trade. The op shot won't land. Glyph slowly coming around the corner, and the Sheriff's doing their job. Everybody getting locked up here. And it's Tazzy, the last one standing, a player in the teleporter. Two spotted out towards the site. And yes, he does, Fi.
I thought the spike was locked into hookah, but suppose I'm wrong. It kind of funny how it gave up spike control. And all right, Tazzy a 1v3. Gonna get the spike plant in and pretty open, but they're starting to collapse on his position. Redux on a flank, and they're walking out of heaven. And I think Redux knows he's walked back to short. Surely it's still a good one. Surely he's good for it. Redux is just waiting for it. So perfectly patient from Redux. You know, we see absolute obscene aggression from the guy, but at the same time, he can also be patient and knows when to hold off. And the Magic School Bus pick up. What's a thrifty? You know what? I'll take it. More thrifties on thrifties. Keep the chaos going.
And you know what? I eat my words. Yeah, that's the round I showstopper. Yeah, that's the round I showstopper. Now Redux can put me in my place because that round did eventually go their way. But it was an interesting one, but I'm sure that it did help, right? With Aries being low HP, Smiley maybe gets that regrowth off. I didn't actually see how that interaction took place or if that interaction took place. But either way, Aries would have been in a tough spot. Armorless at 100 HP or very low in health because of that showstopper. It works out. The Magic School Bus get the round, and they keep us within 1. But weapons aplenty still for this Aspire squad, and this time, they don't want to wait around. They want to pop the ults. They want to look to get on into the site. It's the Seekers first, the blast packs to follow. Churm's going to back away. The op shot's not quite landing like he had hoped, and Smiley's crept out with 1 HP. He's not the healthiest guy. Oh my goodness, and this is not the healthiest Magic School Bus. The tires are starting to fall off here as the resurrection comes on through. Bunny pushes forward. Con Artist, return on investment for that one. The boom bot doesn't clear the close corner, but Redux gets the better of Tazzy again. And just like that, the Magic School Bus.
Hello.
They've got themselves a player, but they're on the wrong side.
I'm not sure what. Did I take the teleport? Did I miss something? Did my headphones turn off? Well, they're on the B site, I think is the reality that we're in. What a ludicrous round we've just had on our plate here, Danner. Now, well, get this one back here for Redux. Headshot found in Aries. Demon, 21 HP, a showstopper to his name, but the paint shells just land a tad too close. He can't escape it. And the Magic School Bus up to 2. What an absolutely obscene round. A 3-man flank through Market. Just Seekers, everyone just trying to brawl. And then Aspire take the portal. Adios, mis amigos. We're on to the B site. We'll catch you later. Get the spike down, and all of a sudden we're running it back and forth. Pretty sure there was like some sort of 5K ran by those B defenders. They pushed all the way through mid-market, and then they push all the way back through spawn. They actually just went on a bind world tour there for the B defenders of the Magic School Bus. Blessed. And it looks like they're going to do almost the exact same thing again. 3 players in B short, nose press to the wall. They'll get all this control. And a lot of this depends on the pace that Aspire throw. They can outrun this flank if they just want to hit the go button. But using that orbital strike, delaying. And having Churms on top of the truck to find the opener. That's a beauty, but Demon up to entry things.
He finds nothing. No, not like this. Was not expecting Churms to go aggressive. The smokes, his team couldn't help him. So Demon falls, and Redux gonna match. He goes up and over the top. Smiley took damage from the orbital strike and died to the Trailblazer. And Redux is just having a good time here in North Brunswick.
Nothing personal, kid. Just Redux double satchelating over your head and just drops in, like spawns in behind you. in that one. A flawless retake for the Magic School Bus. Redux, what was that? That it felt like he was like an omen using From the Shadows. He just pops in and I just don't understand what's going on. The Magic School Bus, absolute chaos. You know what? I kind of understand what the Magic School Bus is all about, because you know it really is a crazy adventure they go on every episode, and Redux really is the Frizz, because he just does absolutely obscene things. 4-3, the Magic School Bus up in the lead. Another 3-man B start. I'm starting to like this adaptation from the Magic School Bus, just to kind of counter Demon and him fighting for hookah control every single round. It'd be definitely a worthwhile investment. A bit. Now they're peeking out towards long, and a light up is there for Smiley. B site under threat.
Absolutely, B site under threat here. It's only Glyph directly on the sights. There's a flank coming through, though. Just behind it should be revealed by the trade. Marcus Glyph fights for one. But unfortunately for this round, one was not enough. And now the pinch comes through, but it's a 2v4. The spike planted at similar post-plant situations. This time, though, it's not necessarily Smiley to be able to flash through halls. Cherms grabs the headhunter. There's the backstab. A player in halls with Bunny finally gonna get shot from the side. We'll see how Ares links up with Smiley here on the site, and it does seem to be from elbow as Cherms finds the first, taps onto the spike once more, spots the next, but can't take him down. Smiley with a huge round to tie us up.
Alrighty. Finally. Oh, the Smiley with the lockdown on long. They line up perfectly. The spacing just a tad bit off between Con Artist and Redux. If they didn't line up perfectly, surely that's a simple 1-for-1, and that's that. But either way, still in play here for Aspire. The Magic School Bus still on the feet. We're still getting gun round after gun round, and this is the exciting Valorant that we're looking for. For all, and Sherm's tour de force pushed up A short.
Should get revealed. Oh, he tries to go aggressive, hoping that Sova was just on the other side, but a bit too safe was Ares. Now the Trailblazer comes through, and look at this bit of a utility, right? All of this is happening, and sure, a couple of shots have been used from the tour de force, but Cherms can just get out at any time. No real threat here. The flash comes through. He will use that rendezvous to safety, so they force the chamber off the angle. Now they can look to take that space back, but instead, they head elsewhere.
There's a lot of utility forced out of the belts of Aspire. You don't have the Trailblazer available for the execute now. Who needs it, Demon? You're just a human boom bot, man. He's looking at double satchel. I know it. Give it a moment. No double satchels, actually. That is actually... I take that back. Demon doesn't have the tools to entry, really. He doesn't have the opportunity to do Demon things, but maybe a Hunter's Fury could find the entry onto the site, but... You know, all this presence shown, and the Charms pushing up with the tour de force. They're forced back to B, but B is just a lion's den right now, swarming with defenders. 4 players in wait. There is a certain thing to chalk up for this one. It is not looking pretty for Aspire.
Yeah, layered util. Here comes the showstopper. Will connect for the kill onto Ares, but Tazzy, okay, a good couple of kills. Ladder move doing it as well. Now the numbers, they're even. But the time, unfortunately, not on the side of Aspire. Bunny gets spotted just barely, and this should be enough time to plant. It's inside the tube as Cherms can't quite find it. And now he has 2 players ahead of him. He looks to back away, reposition. Time no longer on his side. He's going to beat feet around and look to play out towards long. Tour de force. Still has shots in it. The Vandal does as well, but ladder moves just a bit better, and Aspire reclaim their lead.
Well, I still think the Magic School Bus should have won that round. They were burning time so low. All you really need to do is just deny the site cross. They didn't have the smokes. They didn't have the proper utility to get across. But Tazzy cleans up the long defense, just overextending. And Bunnyha, well, it was a good shot to tuck into the corner. I think for the side of Aspire, they're actually expecting Bunny to still be on the site. They know that, generally speaking, she is the B player. Now Bunnyha is instead playing over towards A and flying out the short. Redux somehow gets to... Dude, How does he even remotely get away with that? I have no idea, but at the end of the day, it's the Magic School Bus, a man advantage.
Dude, what happened is Con Artist is just the fall guy for this squad, for Redux. Ultimately, if Redux is there, you have to assume Con Artist is there as well. They both went out. Con got his one, and Redux was allowed to survive because Con died, and Redux didn't. It was the same thing that we saw on Ascent, where it was hand in hand, the Jet and the KO. This time, it's the Jet and the Sky. And, I mean, who better than to be a fall guy for? Con is the stunt double who's going and doing all the crazy stuff for Redux, and Redux is just collecting the paycheck, and the paycheck here is kills.
All right, now coming back to the B side, though, Glyph tucking away in the long. I love this decision. Made here by Glyph, but surely he's going to be checked. Oh, they're planting in the open, though. Not quite realizing. I love the play here from Glyph, just to tuck away, wait for the squad, and then Redux arrives. Of course, for cleanup, the Magic School Bus bringing it back to 5-all. That was honestly, they were on their last legs financially there. They are fortunate to get that one across the line in time. Even a resurrection used for the economy to get Churm still on the operator. And for the side of Aspire, they finally have to bend the knee in what has been so long since the ecos, I believe, in fact. Even were able to run gun rounds past all three of those retake diffuses. So Aspire now back onto the eco, trying to throw a pacey play up towards long, up to the setup. That's Redux and Bunny.
And they're not only fast out this way, they're all out this way. They've got that death ball going. The teleport play, it's still available, but Con Artist waiting on the outside. And ready for this as the orb gets scooped up. It's tour de force online. One of the larger tools that Aspire have to work with here in this round, try and reclaim their lead. And Garner in an even half, if possible. Chambers, they're about to meet, and well, the operator just a bit better than the tour de force in this situation. Ladder moves just didn't have a chance. And the sky smoke, it delays for now. The wall will eventually subside, but there's just another smoke.
Yeah, they're royally pinned down right now, unfortunately, for the side of Aspire. They have to try and run through. They have to try something here. Throw it at the wall, see what sticks, and, well, it'll be the frats for Redux. That's what you're gonna get. Cassie. We'll find Redux. And actually plenty of damage onto Bunny, but only just a tad bit. Not quite enough. 6-5, the Magic School Bus.
Last round in the half.
Keeping the chains, moving down the scoreline as now 6-5, looking to put 7, but fly up and ready to go for Aspire. Nice round, though, from the Magic School Bus, but I will say Aspire, kind of from the start, when you choose the death ball like that, Tanner, you just don't really have an escape option. You were just penned in. I don't think that things were meant to be, but I'm interested to see if Aspire can get themselves a 6-all, what plan of action they got going for themselves.
Barrier created.
Okay, a little bit of friendly fire, a little bit of blue on blue. Meanwhile, Glyph out here in the trenches, fighting for his life, tossing out the ult, the incendiary as well. Churms still collecting kills with the operator. The shorty gonna get one as well in way of the jellyfish. Make it 3 with the operator, and if you wanted the ace, Glyph says, I want a piece of the pie here, and instead he will eat 2. And it's a flawless round to jump into the half. We swap sides, 7-5. And if you thought they were aggressive on defense, well, that's just what it was. Fine, they were on defense. Now they get to do it on the attacking side.
Yep, get ready for a double satchel plus bird, plus orbital strike, plus brim smokes, and Redux is going to be having a blast on entry duty here for the Magic School Bus. Also, by the way, that round is a testament to why Brimstone is the goated pick on Bind. Unable to really block off Heaven there, and more or less, well, just got sniped to bits by Churms up in Heaven, was unsmoked off, unblinded, and, well, we did see him miss a couple shots to kick off the game. He actually started this game 0-4, believe it or not. Wait, woken up, and fast out towards long. We're getting a brawl. Let's go.
Yeah, they want to match. They want to match the explosiveness that the Magic School Bus bring to the server, and, well, they do so one better. Smiley, 2 kills on the round. The Magic School Bus say, hey, you know what? Maybe let's not head that way because Cherms has got himself some space out towards the A site, and he's got himself a kill. That was the only bit of resistance, but now we get a bit more, and the Sky Smokes come down just a second too late. Cherms will fall. And the Magic School Bus find themselves a player down once more. It's Glyph and Bunny to play as that spike gets planted.
Let's sit down. Glyph, Bunny, though, are going to use this wall to actually sneak out the triple. I love the repositioning here from Glyph. And they also make their way in towards you, but Ladder is going to find them both anyways. Nice try, buddies. But Ladder has got you locked. Pistol round found for Aspire. They can begin to start racking up the rounds and get back into the game. This lead that was accrued a TMS is about to be null. Unless they eco him, of course.
Why would you say that, man?
I'm so sorry.
This is an Aspire team that is their kryptonite. That is their weakness. When they go to the job interview and say, hey, what are some of your strengths and weaknesses? They say, well, we get thriftied in officials. Strengths, however, ladder moves is pretty good. They flex the neon on different maps. And they found a way to make Tazzy feel comfortable. So they're Gumby. They're flexible, you know?
Let's keep it going. Stay flexible. How about this for... Oh, not Cherms. Never mind. Thought he was going to do something cool. But Tazzy, long range Spectre, gets it done. 4v4. Khan stuck out towards the front side of Showers, and it's a couple of jump spots. This three-man setup should be able to hold. Surely this one holds here, Tanner.
Yeah, no headhunter doesn't necessarily secure the round for Aspire. It makes it a little easier to deal with. Sheriff so up close, still do that same amount of damage. Good paint shells. All right, Redux wants to get in. It's Con Artist to fall. Smiley, now the next one up. The flash doesn't land. Neither do the Sheriff shots. And, well, it's the Spectres. That's a noise you just can't get out of your head in that round as Tazzy scoops up 4. Ties us up in the bonus. It's only going to be weakened by 1. But how weakened is it? Right? You got yourself the headhunter. Okay, never mind. Ladder moves by the rifle.
All right. We'll take it. I mean, he has to rebuy. He'll take in the Vandal. Honestly, I'd probably have it on ladder moves over everyone else in the server. If he wants to get aggressive, if he wants to be a playmaker, he certainly can. So I'll take the rifle up for ladder moves any day of the week. If they want to pick up the bonus and potentially get themselves well on their way to forcing a third, that would be fantastic. But Redux says no. Just runs up, Bob's ladder move, Vandal on the ground, and site taken. Here for the Magic School Bus.
And say, hey, let's get this plant on over towards the Sage, work towards the Resurrection. Typically, the Sage's job is wall bot, heal bot, and plant bot. And we get a bit of that plant bot action as, well, the weaponry that you bring into the bonus, oh man, just not enough. The rifle going down so early, and then the rest of it, it all funnels into U-Haul, right into the very welcome and open arms of Redux. And he sent a couple Vandal shots that way. He's now got himself the showstopper early once more. He's 21-9. But does he collect the kills that easily once more? Because it's rifles now in the hands of Aspire.
Rifle's going to be out for Aspire, sure, but the ultimates are not really all there. I mean, the most important ones are there for Redux, 21-9, and a showstopper ready to go, a satchel primed and ready, just leaping forward with the bird. This is Redux things, up close, even turns the flash, and a 1-for-1. That's all he needs. Bunny Hawk out in the middle of the open. She's in some trouble, but bailed out by Glyph. 3v4, and your site's done. I'm not sure if this round is really retakeable. You have the tour de force picked up, but this flank is noted. What duel lost for Con Artist. Now this retake. Surely they're going to give this one a go, Tanner. 2 players to spawn and 1 the flank.
Yeah, duel lost, but that only makes things even. So still a very difficult spot to be in here. Ares low HP, doesn't want to show too much
There's a
to anybody.
Lineup.
Yeah, you heard it. And here it comes. It should be bouncing its way on in here any moment. As ladder moves Picks up one toward a force.
Uh-oh.
Picks up the next one. Rendezvous. No, the head was showing. But is the molly going to be enough? Is the molly going to be enough? Ladder wants to get on the inside.
I don't think he has it.
And I don't think he has it either. I think it comes down to the milliseconds.
Oh.
And ladder moves needed megaseconds.
Yeah, all right. You know, I shouldn't have felt good calling that, but a very general way to tell if that spike is going to go up or not is that if the orb around the spike starts closing in. That is a general timing to say it's going to be close or not, but if it doesn't show up, probably have time. But right there, just simply not enough. Brim Molly too good. And it deals so much damage, you simply cannot run through it. To try and start that defuse early, try and take a little bit of damage. That Brim Molly is hot lava. And on fire right now are TMS. Guns in hand now. Only up against the sheriffs. I say only, but I mean, look at that. Oh, Churms got bopped into short. I thought he had that Shirley down. A double setup ready and waiting, though. Redux is going to entry both of them. Dude, how do you even counter that?
You don't. Well, that's how. We talked about ladder moves. Bringing a sniper to the table, whether it be the operator, tour de force, or Marshall, he always finds a way to grab some value. And while he's done that in such a way that the round looked winnable for just a second, unfortunately, Con Artist had something else to say about it. And he takes away the hope from the believers, pushes the Magic School Bus to 10. Again, that was just the eco round. Now we get weapons back online, but Aspire got to show us something here in this round.
This is basically the pivot point. It's just, well, third place deciders are, they're cool and all. I love a good third place decider here at Tanner. Don't get me wrong. But I'd rather be in the grand final.
Yeah.
And Aspire, bring that hope to fruition. They're going to need to turn, they're going to probably need to win this round, or else they're probably staring down series point from TMS. Latimer's starting things off, though, and Redux on showstopper entry. Those Seekers spot out everything. He knows two players are in showers. He is going to chase them down relentlessly, and he'll find Tazzy, too. He knows another is there as well. Redux can keep fighting, but he will go down. But in the meantime, TMS, the post plan established.
And Demon quick onto the site, but he immediately is met by Con Artist, who also takes down Smiley, gets revenge for his fallen teammate and Aspire just like that. Not only in a 2v3, but they've got that Brim Incendiary to worry about. You can get the spike halfway, but ladder moves can't sneak out of it. Glyph, 2 kills to close out the round, and the Molly is just too strong.
Dude, it is actually just an obscenely powerful Molly. I'm not sure the exact, you know, I'm gonna look up the damage per second, but my guess it would be around 60 damage per second from that Molly. It hurts a lot. It's essentially a breach aftershock, but on the floor, it hurts. And now for Aspire, that hurts. As I think they just got dominated in that round. This is the ultimate usage from the Magic School Bus, using the Seekers to just basically escort in the showstopper, allow him to hunt down a target relentlessly. And for Aspire, I think the reasonable consideration is in the air to force the force buy here, even when the ult economy isn't necessarily perfect for these guys.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be one of the conversations had during this timeout, because you see, like you said, Tazzy purchased a Spectre before going into this timeout. If they buy here, that means that they're forced in this round, and should they lose it, forced in the next. They save here, and they can play for a better buy, but having to string 5 in a row, no wiggle room in way of losses. And it's sticks and stones. It's whatever they could find on the yard sale over to their workplaces here on Bind. 3 players strong out towards A once more for this team. The Sheriff, a Judge, a Marshal. I think a Shorty made its way on in as well. Aries gonna back up for just a second. Smiley wants to go aggressive, and he's punished for it.
Tough luck. Well, that's all you can really say about that. Smiley just going for a gamble, hoping that no one is watching, hoping that to catch a couple players off guard, but Magic School Bus are better than that. Tazzy now in a corner that is long considered one and done, but of course you have to check it first. And oh, ladder is, well, on the Marshal, he's just a fiend, as he'll actually get 2 and drop the spike to boot. Now the alarm bells are absolutely ringing for the Magic School Bus, but the orbital strike hitting heaven. The Vandal shots. Ladder moves is long gone. 3-on-3. Glyph pushing up.
Enemy.
Yeah, that hurts a bit. Ooh, that
Oh.
hurts even more. Tazzy getting it done here with the
Okay.
sheriff from body shot to headshot. And the save, it was well warranted. The thrifty round goes the way of Aspire, and they've turned a new leaf here, Fi.
Okay. You know what? Maybe there is certainly room to play here for Aspire. A thrifty to turn the game around. To hold off on series point. And to get guns back in their hand, most importantly. The economy builds even further for the side of Aspire. So, you know, the biggest thing here is not to even to mention that they're down 11-8, but you might say that they don't have much breathing space, but one round is enough to potentially force an overtime here. It gives you some space. It gives you just a tad bit. You still gotta win these rounds, though, Tanner. That's for sure. And coming back to A, returning to what's worked. They're not gonna mess around, but ladder moves still popping off. Combined with Tazzy, this duo has been frying the Magic School Bus. How do they bounce back?
Yeah, Redux even got tagged by the Hunter's Fury, so he's sitting down on 70 HP, and now he's getting run down. Boobot out, paint shells are there. Tazzy collects the kill as Churms will trade one back with the tour de force and teleport away. He's got the spike in hand. I don't know how winnable this one is, but at the very least...
They're not actually committing to the B side, at least. They're slowing down the play here right now, Tanner. 50 seconds, look where Glyph is. All the space taken in towards the pocket right now, Tanner. And, oh no, but the iPad! Oh, poor Glyph. The timing, not there. Churm's not hit by the bird.
Teleport again, teleport again.
Here we go!
He teleports again, baby! But now he's running right into ladder moves. Who's been strong on the day, who's been strong on the weekend.
He just duped him out!
He goes back again. 15 seconds. He has to get the spike planted. Unfortunately, it's not a 1v1. It's going to be a 1v3 here on this side. He taps onto the spike. He looks to fight, and Demon will finally close out the round in favor of Aspire.
All right, well, we're not playing Valorant. We're playing Portal 2. Sucks. I hate to break to you guys, folks, but how many teleports? 2 teleports, a couple tamer rendezvous, couple puzzles solved right there for Churms, but not the round. That was the one problem not solved. And now we are in weird territory. Aspire, win this